Now, ladies and gentlemen, the horses are on the track in post parade for the third race of the afternoon. This is the first of two divisions of the Pennsylvania Sire Stake for two-year-old pacing fillies in Group A. They'll go for a purse of $5,375. Number one, Artful Storyteller, owned by LeBlanc Racing Incorporated, Felton, Delaware. Count the Money Stable and Billy Lutz Jr. from Clinton, Pennsylvania. Tony Shadle picks up the drive. The two is Keystone Pearl, owned by Gary Johnston, Evans City, Pennsylvania, Brian Taylor, Prospect, Pennsylvania, and it is Sean Johnston in the sulky. The three is Katie Faye Hanover, owned by NBC Stables LLC, Beach Lake, Pennsylvania, along with Richard Dunn from Holmesdale, Pennsylvania. David Brickle gets the call. The four, Better Bid Hanover, owned by Todd and Christine Shadle, Spring Glen, Pennsylvania, being guided by regular pilot Todd Shadle. Rounding out the field, number five, Make a Rock, owned by Roger Hammer and Vicki Lynn Fair. They're from Bedford, Pennsylvania, and it is Roger Hammer at the wheel. Short field of five, making their way to the backside. Starter Junior Martin will sort them out, and he'll get them ready for the start. Facing fillies slip into position now. The gates in motion. From the rail out, it's Artful Storyteller for Tony Shadle alongside Sean Johnston guides the two, Keystone Pearl. Runway 3, Katie Faye Hanover for Dave Brickle. Further out, Todd Shadle with Better Bid Hanover. Out on the rim, Make a Rock and Roger Hammer. Pacing fillies off the turn, they're all in line. The gate wheels into the stretch for starter Junior Martin. Pacing fillies revved up, ready. Not off. Katie Faye Hanover, center of track, darts out for the lead. Better Bid Hanover jumping into the pocket second with Keystone Pearl away in third. Then it's Artful Storyteller away in fourth and Make a Rock the trailer. They skid off the turn. They're into the backside and Brickle in full stride here. Katie Faye Hanover, the lead is some 5 lengths. Better Bid Hanover stalking second. Keystone Pearl, well spotted in third, followed by Artful Storyteller fourth, and Make a Rock is the trailer. But Katie Faye Hanover takes him by the opening quarter in 29-1. Leads him into the far turn the first time. Katie Faye Hanover the lead, 5 lanes, Better Bid Hanover second. Keystone Pearl just behind that one in third, followed by Artful Storyteller, and Make a Rock is at the end as they make their way off the turn up in front of the stands the first time. And it is Katie Faye Hanover. Brickle got this one all wound up. Lead is some 6 lengths. More might need it, Better Bid Hanover coming after on the outside. Keystone Pearl in with a chance third, top of the lane. Katie Faye Hanover all out on the front end. Better Bid Hanover, stiff drive second. Katie Faye Hanover, tough as nails today, and Katie Faye Hanover hangs on. 2, 2, and 1. Didn't leave nothing to the first career victory for the 3.
Thank you.
29-1, 58-3, 129-3, 202-1. And now, ladies and gentlemen, up in front of the stand is the official winner of the third race, wearing the white saddle pad, number 3. Please welcome Katie Faye Hanover. Sharp 2-year-old bay filly by Artspeak out of the good mare Castanet Hall, Owned by NBC Stables LLC, Beach Lake, Pennsylvania. Richard Dunn, Holmesdale, Pennsylvania. Trained by Richard Dunn and driven to victory in the time of 2:02 and 1/5. The first career victory for the 3 Katie Fay Hanover. In the sulky, that was David Brickle. You have rundown, Judge?
Yep, 43125.
Results of the third official. The 1 Artful Storyteller finished 4th. The 2 Keystone Pearl was 3rd. 3 Katie Fay Hanover race winner. The 4 Better Bid Hanover finished 2nd. And the 5 Make a Rock was 5th. The fractions were opening quarter in 29 and 1. They went by the half in 58 and 3/5. 3 quarters in 129 and 3. The time for the mile was 2:02 and 1/5. From the top down, it should read 4:31.25 on the bottom. The time for the mile, 2:02 and 1/5. In the barn area, you can get them around for the 4th. We're looking for Lazy Day Hanover, Amelia B. Hanover, Southwind Aussie, Silent Affair, and Light My Torch. Once again, we need Lazy Day Hanover, Amelia B. Hanover, Southwind Aussie, Silent Affair, and Light My Torch. When you're ready.
Tom did, yeah. And I guess their mom.
So if Tom says it, then they're expecting it, so they'll pay you. That's my thing.
Well, like I said, they got. I guess the mom. They just take the mom to the emergency room, so nobody can reach Tony.
That's fine.
So
But they're obviously expecting
yeah,
it. So
Tom was trying to find out in the fare book if it was listed in the fare book or whatever, but he said this was always a fare that was charted.
Right. Always was charted.
So
The last fairs of the circuit used to always be York, Gratz, and Bloom. And they would chart all 3 of those because make sure everybody had a line to get into the fair final, you know, if they were gonna go.
yeah.
how far do you want it when it goes to distance? 40, 50?
Well, what do they need? They need to go for a time, right?
Well, it's got to be a clean line for the time to matter.
10 seconds, 50 lengths.
Right.
I mean, she figures somebody shouldn't be going past 50 lengths to make time, right? Once they may get a line, they're good for the whole year, right?
Well, for the fairs, but the ones that are here, they already have that line. That to get into the fair final, you have to meet track standards.
Oh, yeah, they're not going to meet track standards here anyway.
No.
What do you normally do?
How many lengths to distance? 50? Yeah.
How far do you usually go for a time? Well, just what do you usually do? That's fine.
I never
And
seen.
25 is distant.
Yeah, I've never seen anything go more than 25.
Yeah, just go 25. That's fine. Other than that, we'll just give them distance and a time. But she'll have a time for you, unless it's that bad, then they don't need a time. miscommunication by Beagle.
Okay.
So you're getting paid, everybody's aware, and so we did the right move. It would have sucked if you'd had to throw a couple out, but I mean, at least now we didn't have to sit here and wait a half an hour for an answer, you know?
Right.
Yeah, they were expecting you to chart, and Beagle, some kind of miscommunication. Can't believe Sam would be wrong. I mean, did I say that?
I didn't hear that. Yeah, Junior says to me, he goes, did you get flagged down coming in here today? I said, yeah. I said, I had no idea what he was
So
saying.
anything you see or need, let me know. Okay, well.
I said, yes, I got flagged down. I said, I don't even remember what he told me. He wouldn't know anyways. I said, oh.
Oh, they must get some. I just texted a picture to my daughter, and she just said, I saw Jason Aldean here. They must get some good entertainment here during this air.
Yeah. Yeah, they get,
Well, I mean, this thing holds a lot of people. It's got to hold 2,000 people, don't it, or better?
yeah, more than that. More than that.
Plus, if they put stuff out front and stuff.
Yeah, this fair here actually, they sell beer. This is one of the first fairs that ever sell beer, like at some of your shows. You know, like a lot of them country acts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that building over there actually is a bar, and
Where it says Old Main.
yeah, and they down at that end of the apron there, their idea of crowd control is $5 a cup. Well, you know what I mean, but.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, this place here has always been like that. It's wild. They used to race at night here, like they race Sunday night and then Monday. Yeah, they set up lights. They get the portables. Yep. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the horses are on the track at Post Ferry for the fourth race of the afternoon. This is the second of two divisions of the Pennsylvania Sire Stake for two-year-old pacing fillies in Group A. The first is $5,375. Number one, Lazy Day Hanover. Owned by Mitchell York, Cranberry, Pennsylvania, Dave Brickle, Spicksburg, Pennsylvania, and it is Dave Brickle at the wheel. The two is Amelia B. Hanover for owner-driver Sean Johnston, Evans City, Pennsylvania. Three is Southwind Aussie, owned by Tony and Linda Shadle, Sacramento, Pennsylvania, being guided by regular pilot Tony Shadle. The four is Silent Affair, owned by Todd Shadle, Spring Glen, Pennsylvania, Dr. John Egloff, Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, Todd Shadle drives. And rounding out the field, number five, Light My Torch for owner-driver Roger Hammer, Bedford, Pennsylvania. Short field of five, making their way to the backside, where starter Junior Martin will sort them out. He'll get them ready for the start. Now here's where the battle begins. Pacing fillies up and in position, the gates in motion. From the rail out, it's Lazy Day Hanover for David Brickle alongside Sean Johnson guides the two, Amelia B. Hanover. Runway 3, Southwind Aussie for Tony Shadle. Further out, Brother Todd guides the 4, Silent Affair. Out on the rim, Hammer, Light My Torch. Two-year-old pacing fillies revved up and ready now. Here they come. And they're off. Amelia B. Hanover being hustled away. Silent Affair right alongside second. Lighten My Torch is underway for Hammer in third. Southwind Aussie fourth. And then it's a Lazy Day Hanover. Well bunched fields. Skids around the lower turn. Amelia B. Hanover up on the front. Lighten My Torch. Roger Hammer on the move there to argue the point. Watching the action from third. That's Silent Affair. And it's a Lazy Day Hanover and Southwind Aussie trails. A new leader on the front as they rapidly approach the opening quarter. Light My Torch is cleared there, 30 seconds flat. Amelia B. Hanover in the pocket second. Underway, Lazy Day Hanover for Brickell third and move it up. And then it's Silent Affair and Southwind Dossie. Well Bunch Field midway around the turn. Light My Torch, Lazy Day Hanover on the outside, inching closer in second. And then it's Amelia B. Hanover, Silent Affair, Southwind Dossie. They glide by the stands here, and it's Light My Torch, Lazy Day Hanover prompting on the outside second. Amelia B. Hanover watching from third to half, 101 flat. The whip is up on Light My Torch as they make their way around the lower bend. Lazy Day Hanover, tough as nails, grinding it out for Brickell on the outside. Licking her chops in the pocket third. That's Amelia B. Hanover. Lazy Day Hanover now looks to clear. Now out from third. Here comes Sean Johnson with Amelia B. Hanover taking up the chase. Light My Torch back to third. Battle with Southwind Aussie and Silent Affair, but they go by 3/4 now, and it's Lazy Day Hanover in 3/4 and 131. Race into the far turn, and it's Lazy Day Hanover opening up now some 8 lengths. Under a drive second, that is Amelia B. Hanover with Light My Torch, and then it's Silent Affair and Southwind Aussie. Top of the stretch of the Lonely Day Brickell and Lazy Day Hanover gliding along here by some 8-10 lengths. Amelia B. Hanover is second, and that's all she's going to be. Here's the line, and here is a Lazy Day Hanover.
Copy, thank you. One, two, five, four, three.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, up in front of the stands, the official winner of the 4th race, wearing the red saddle pad, number 1, please welcome Lazy Day Hanover. Sharp 2-year-old bay filly by betting line out of the good mare Lazan Hanover. Owned by Mitch York, Cranberry, Pennsylvania, along with David Brickell from Smicksburg, Pennsylvania. Trained by Mitch York. Driven to victory in a time of 2 minutes, 4/5 by Dave Brickell. Results of the 4th official, the 1 Lazy Day Hanover, the race winner. 2 Amelia B. Hanover finished second. The 3 Southwind Aussie finished 5th. And the 4 Silent Affair was 4th. The 5 Light My Torch finished 3rd. The fractions opening quarter 30 seconds flat. They went by the half in 101. 3/4 and 131 flat. And the time for the mile, 2 minutes and 4/5. race of the afternoon. This is the first of two divisions of the Pennsylvania Sire Stake for 2-year-old trotting colts in Group A. They go for a purse of $5,375. Number one, Capo de Capi, owned by Tony and Linda Shadle, Sacramento, Pennsylvania. The driver, Tony Shadle. 2 is By a Hoff Hanover, owned by the Shadles from Spring Glen, Pennsylvania. Hayes and Moshkow, Hanover, Pennsylvania, being guided by regular pilot Todd Shadle. 3, Donatello's Creek, owned by Louis Manfredi, Lincoln University, Pennsylvania. Wayne Long gets the call. The 4, Swing, Batter Swing, for owner-driver Roger Hammer, Bedford, Pennsylvania. And riding out the field, number 5, Ginger Tree Knox, owned by Sam Beagle, Ginger Tree Ventures, the Double D Racing Stable, and the Reber Chesson Stable. They're all Pennsylvania. Sam Beagle sits the sulky. Short field of 5, 2-year-old trotting colts making their way down the backside. Starter Clarence Martin will sort them out. He'll get them ready for the start.
Before I forget, the 2's got hobbles on, and the 5 does not.
The 4 does not.
I'm sorry, the 4 does not. The 2 got hobbles on, he's not programmed. The 4's programmed with hobbles, and he doesn't have them on.
Trotting colts up and in position now to gates in motion. From the rail out, that is Capo de Capi for Tony Shadle alongside Todd Shadle guides the 2 by a Hoff Hanover. In the middle, Donatello's Creek for Wayne Long. Further out comes Roger Hammer with Swing, Batter Swing. Out on the rim, Ginger Tree Knox and Sammy Beagle. Gate wheels into the stretch. 2-year-old trotting colts revved up and ready. Now here they come. They're off, and it's By a Hoff Hanover in the center track. Darts out for the lead. Capo de Capi away second. Donatello's Creek gliding along third. Ginger Tree Knox underway for Sammy Beagle fourth. Now dropping in third. Donatello's Creek back to fourth, then the early trailer. Swing, Batter Swing. 7 lanes front to back being led by a Hoff Hanover, taking them down the back lane. Capo de Capi sits a loose pocket second. He's about 5 lengths off, followed by Ginger Tree Knox there in third. Then it's Donatello's Creek and off stride at the end. Swing, Batter Swing. The opening quarter was 30 2/5. They lean into the far turn. By a Hoff Hanover gliding along by some 8 lanes. Capo de Capi begins to inch closer second. Ginger Tree Knox well within striking range third. Then it's 5 back to Donatello's Creek and back trotting at the end with a mountain of climb is Swing, Batter Swing. Father stands first time. Shadle by a Hoff Hanover up on the front. Lead is 6 lengths. Capo de Capi continues to cut into that lead. A half, a minute, 4/5. They lean into the lower bend. By a Hoff Hanover just pounding it out here for Todd Shadle. Capo de Capi continues to creep closer second. Ginger Tree Knox just behind that one third. Then is Donatello's Creek and Swing, Batter Swing. They're off the turn in for that long ride down the backside. By a Hoff Hanover. Shadle once more. Might need it. Capo de Capi second underway from third and moving up. Ginger Tree Knox for Sammy Beagle. It's By a Hoff Hanover. Todd Shadle hears hoofbeats. They sound like thunder. They belong to Ginger Tree Knox. Now gaining ground with every stride. 3/4 and 132 flat. They're into the far turn, and it is By a Hoff Hanover ranging up alongside, turn up the heat. Ginger Tree Knox. Capo de Capi can't stay with them. Donatello's Creek fourth. They're at the top of the stretch, and it's By a Hoff Hanover turns first, powering up in the center track. Ginger Tree Knox. By a Hoff hanging on there by a little short lip. Ginger Tree Knox sticking ahead in front, and it's going to be tight. It's going to be Ginger Tree Knox. Sam Beagle says, that's how you do it, boys. afternoon. This is the second of two divisions of the Pennsylvania Sire Stake for 2-year-old trotting colts in Group A. They go for a purse of $5,300. Number one, Top Me Off, owned by Todd and Christine Shadle, Spring Glen, Pennsylvania, along with Richard and Regina Beinhauer, Venetia, Pennsylvania. Todd Shadle drives. The two is Caseville, owned by Joe Colonsecco, Danville, Pennsylvania, Mary Gummerson, Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania, and Jim McCormick from Enola, PA. And it is Tony Shadle at the wheel. The three is Killer Instinct, owned by Brosis Racing Stable Incorporated, Rochester Mills, Pennsylvania, along with the Lone Wolf Stable from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Wayne Long gets the call. Riding out the field, number four, Regal Prince, owned by Dr. William J. Solomon, New Freedom, Pennsylvania. Sean Johnston sits the sulky. Short field of four making their way to the backside, where starter Clarence Martin Jr. will sort them out. He'll get them ready for the start. Two-year-old trotting colts up and in position out of the gates in motion. From the rail out, Top Me Off for Todd Shadle alongside Brother Tony guides the two, Caseville. Runway 3, Killer Instinct, Wayne Long out on the rim, Regal Prince for Shawnee Johnston. The colts move off the turn, they're all in line. Two-year-old trotting colts sired here in the great state of Pennsylvania, revved up, ready, here they go. And they're off. Sweet start. Top Me Off down along the inside. Caseville right alongside second. These two charge into the lower bend. Killer Instinct away in third. The early trailer is a Regal Prince. Regal Prince has made a break. Three safely around the lower turn, being led by Top Me Off Hanover. Caseville's worked out a dream trip second. He's right on his bumper. 2 lanes further back, Killer Instinct trots in third. And back trotting at the end with a mountain to climb is Regal Prince. Top Me Off Hanover takes him by the opening quarter in 31 and 1. Leads him into the far bend, being stalked by Caseville, who's right in his pocket second. Killer Instinct a much closer third, and back trotting at the end with a lot of work to do is Regal Prince. They're midway around the far turn. The first time, Top Me Off up on the front. Caseville, a loose pocket second, followed by Killer Instinct third. That's how it looks by the stands. Top Me Off showing the way with Caseville content to draft along second, underway from third. Killer Instinct and Wayne Long continuing to gain ground on the outside, half 103 flat. Top Me Off being joined on the outside by Killer Instinct. These two match strides around a lower bend. Caseville backing off a bit third. And then it's a Regal Prince. Into the backside. Top Me Off under full flight here for Todd Shadle. Killer Instinct coming after him for Wayne Long. These two continue to slug it out down the backside. And now Killer Instinct ducks into the pocket. Top Me Off blew off the challenge from Killer Instinct. They go by 3/4 in 133 and 2 into the far turn. Top Me Off trotting up a storm here for Todd Shadle. Killer Instinct won't go away. 8-10 lanes back for third is Caseville. And then it's Regal Prince. Midway around the turn, Top Me Off's led every step of the way. Leads by 2 over Killer Instinct, who's giving chase second. Caseville out of it third. Top of the stretch, Top Me Off just pouring it on here for Todd Shadle. Killer Instinct second, that's all he's going to be. Top Me Off. Here's where the battle begins. Pacing Colts slip into position now to gates in motion. From the rail out at Jasper Hanover for Tony Shadle alongside Roger Hammer guides the two. Rowdy Rider. Runway 3 comes Dust Up Hanover for Cody Shadle out on the rim. Terrier Hanover for Todd Shadle. 8 wheels into the lane. 2-year-old Pacing Colts revved up and ready now. Here they come. They're all far outside. That's Terrier Hanover, and it is a recall, ladies and gentlemen. The starter has called for a recall here.
What do you got, Clarence?
I got Roger almost hit Tony, then he split sideways and hit Cody.
All right, copy that. Charge City 2.
Apparently the 2, Rowdy Rider, causing interference up and in behind the gate, being charged with that recall. And starter Clarence Martin Jr. has asked for a reformation. Once again, the field for the 7th approaching the starting gate and the gates in motion. From the rail out, that's Jasper Hanover for Tony Shadle alongside Rowdy Rider and Roger Hammer. Runway 3, Dust Up Hanover for Cody Shadle, and Todd Shadle guides the 4, Terrier Hanover. Hard hitting Pacing Colts settle down now. As the gate moves around the far turn. They're all in line. Gate swings into the lane for starter Junior Martin. 2-year-old Pacing Colts, sired here in the great state of Pennsylvania, revved up, ready. There they come. Now off for the far outside. That's Terrier Hanover, Rowdy Rider to the inside. These two dive into the turn together with Jasper Hanover away in third. Dust Up Hanover is the early trailer as they skid off the lower bend into that backside the first time, and it is Rowdy Rider and Hammer up on the front. Set in the loose pocket second, Terrier Hanover. Closer third, that's Jasper Hanover and Dust Up Hanover trails. 6 lanes front to back being led by Rowdy Rider as Hammer taps the brakes here. Terrier Hanover climbs into the pocket second. 29-2 for the opening quarter. Rowdy Rider gliding along with Terrier Hanover stuck like glue. Jasper Hanover well within striking range third, and Dust Up Hanover trails, but he's just 3.5 off of the leader. Rowdy Rider pounding it out here for Roger Hammer with Terrier Hanover right in his bumper second. Jasper Hanover, patient, Tony Shadle at the rail in third, and Dust Up Hanover trails. Rowdy Rider takes him out half. 59-1, leads him into the lower band. Rowdy Rider dictating the fractions here, and they're stiff enough. Terrier Hanover content to draft along second. Now Tony Shadle gets a notion, puts it in motion, takes to the outside with Jasper Hanover. Turn up the heat. Dust Up Hanover trails, so he's only 2.5 off the lead as the place begins to boil down the back lane with Rowdy Rider. Jasper Hanover turning up the heat on the outside. Hemmed in third, that is Terrier Hanover with Dust Up. Right there on the move for Cody Shadle, 3/4 at 1:30 2/5. Rowdy Rider right at his throat second. Jasper Hanover begging for a seam. Terrier Hanover and Dust Up Hanover can't stay with him. It's Rowdy Rider now getting serious on the outside. Jasper Hanover being nudged along at the rail third, looking for room. Terrier Hanover at the top of the stretch, and Rowdy Rider turns first. Jasper Hanover coming after him. Terrier Hanover up on the inside, but Roger's got plenty of pony here, and Rowdy Rider coasting to the line. And now, ladies and gentlemen, up in front of the stands, the official winner of the 7th race wearing the blue saddle pad number 2. Please welcome Rowdy Rider. Sharp 2-year-old bay colt by a rock and roll dance. Out of the good mare, Miss Chino. Owned by Roger Hammer, Bedford, Pennsylvania. Trained by Roger Hammer. And driven to victory in a time of 2:01 and 2/5 by Roger Hammer. Results official: the 1, Jasper Hanover finished 3rd. The 2, Rowdy Rider, race winner. 3, Dust Up Hanover finished 4th. And the 4, Terrier Hanover was 2nd. The fractions were opening quarter 29 and 2. They went by the half in 59 1/5. 3/4 in 1:30 and 2/5. And the time for the mile was 2:01 and 2. From the top down, it should read 3:1:42 on the bottom. The time for the mile was 2:01 and 2/5. In the barn area, you can get them ready for the 8th. We're looking for KJ Kyra.